Most YouTube automation content is either basic, here's how to use n8n tutorials, fake I made 10K with this weird trick, or uses AI agents that have no value and make $0. What I'm about to show you guys today is a strategic business intelligence system, a system that made me a ton of money using data signals to time your outreach perfectly. So I figured I'd share it with you guys too, so you can also make a ton of money. So we're gonna build this from scratch, run it live together, all that fun stuff. So let's get into it. So our system is going to automatically find companies that just got money from investors. And the reason why is because these companies, guys, are perfect customers because they're growing fast and need help getting more clients. I mean, think about it. If you are a company and you just got a bunch of money from investors, well, you need to show them ROI pretty quickly because you're under the pressure that I need more customers so I can show them that I'm making money. So I need to show them that they've made the right choice. So when a company gets funding, aka money, cash, they hire more people, obviously, because they need to grow, and they're looking for services like yours, which are sales systems. So it's kind of like knowing which stores just got a big loan, so they're ready to buy stuff. So we're gonna use something called a funding alert system. Again, think about it like the news alert on your phone, but instead of like sports scores or something that doesn't put money in your bank account, it finds companies that just raised money, which are prime, ready, and need sales systems and are willing to pay thousands of dollars. So I'm going to walk you guys through how it works, and also we're going to build it together from scratch, obviously. So the system is going to read thousands of business articles every day, or like every 7 days, or like every 14 days. What I've noticed is I got the best results when I run it every 14 days, every 7 days, which is better than like 30 to 60 days. I mean, think about it. When a company gets money, well, these platforms like Crunchbase, if you guys don't know, Crunchbase is like a lead sourcing database, and they list recently funded companies. Now, people go ahead and scrape Crunchbase. I've showed you multiple times how to scrape Crunchbase, but it takes a little while for them to be listed in Crunchbase. So this system is going to allow you to get in touch with them in like 14 days, which is insane. Like you can literally just Google their name and you're going to notice that there's like an article written about them, about their raise in like, that was like 2 days ago. Okay. So it's going to scan business articles, for example, every day, like every 14 days, 7 days, like I said, 7 to 14 days. Scan for phrases like raised $5 million or found in round. When it finds these articles, it pulls out the company name automatically, saves the company name, how much they raised, and when they got money, and also the article link, which is pretty high ROI. Step 2. It's the LinkedIn company discovery. So once we have the X just raised, for example, 20 million, we need to find their official LinkedIn company page. Okay. Think about it like finding their office address. We search for X LinkedIn and grab their company page URL because it's going to give us their verified business presence, not just some random news about them, because we need their LinkedIn. Step 3, which is a direct email attack. So this system has 2 routes, okay? So if we find their email address, I'm going to show you the in return process, obviously. We hit them directly with our connector pitch. For example, we say, hey, Mike, saw X just raised 20 million for Y and Z. I connect funded companies with qualified prospects during expansion phases. So what we're doing here is essentially we're timing our approach to them perfectly. They just got money and need customers. So we are literally knocking in their door and saying, hey, I saw you just raised money. You need customers and you need me. The next step or the next route is if we can't find specific emails, we're going to find all the company emails and we're going to send our value proposition, but ask them to point us to the right department. So I connect funded companies with prospects who handles business development for your expansion. And this gets us sent to the decision maker internally. So let me walk you guys through this system right now. It's called the multi-touch research Mayo process. As you can see, there's like my company name here, which is Mayo process. So this is like a system that I use internally, and I figured I'd share it with you guys because why not, right? So this system has made me a ton of money, and I also want you guys to make a ton of money. So like I said, why not? So essentially we have here a 14-day check alert. So every 14 days, we check if there's any news, and then we essentially just use this API. It's called News API. It's free. You don't have to pay for it. And then we're just checking for keywords such as raises or raised money or funding round, etc. Okay, and then minus 14 days. And then essentially what we're doing is just extracting the code. You're just going to have to copy it. You don't have to go crazy about it. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. And then essentially what we're doing is we're getting the LinkedIn page and we're using something called the Google Search API, which is an API, a free API you can use. That's essentially like the same thing that you do when you Google something. We're just using the API. Okay. So we're essentially querying the LinkedIn company page and LinkedIn. So we get in their LinkedIn. We're using this code again to extract the LinkedIn URLs. We're filtering. We're waiting 5 seconds. The reason why, because I don't want you guys to get rate limited when you are using Google Search API, okay? I'm just waiting 5 seconds, so we chill a little bit. And then again, we're querying the decision maker. So we're using the same thing. Instead of like Googling now the LinkedIn page, we're Googling, hey, here's the LinkedIn page of this company. Please find the VP of sales, sales manager, whatever the persona that actually handles sales within that company, okay? After that, we're cleaning the full name or the decision maker's name or the persona's name using AI. And then again, we're trying to find the email. If we found the email, where we're going to go ahead directly and hit them with the first route, extracting the code, add into instantly. If we couldn't, well, we use the next API, which is going to be the next route. We're trying to find all the emails within the company, filtering, we're generating the copy, extracting the code, and adding everything to instantly. So think about it like a system that will run every 7 or 14 days. And the only thing you have to do is just look at your phone and see people that are interested in saying, hey, I need you right now and I need your help right now. Because like I said, they just got money and they need to prove ROI. Okay. So let me just go ahead and actually just execute this. But before I do this, let me show you. So I have like 2 campaigns, which is multi-touch research route 1 and route 2. Because like I said, if we find the first, if we found the persona's email, where we're going to route them to the first campaign, which is going to be hitting them directly. If we can't, next campaign. Okay. So let's just execute. So we're getting the news funding, as you can see, extracting the data, and then, I'm using, like I said, the Google Search API, and you don't need to pay for it, because I'm going to show you a hack to just bypass the rate limit. Kind of think about it like a hack, because they give you like in the free plan, like a way to manipulate their API. So we can definitely do this. So we're just batching. You don't have to get rate limited, as you can see. There we go. We didn't. So we're getting everything here, add into instantly. So let's check the copy. Jason, Sawtella just raised $20 million to build tiny electric trucks for cities. With that growth capital, you're probably scaling your operations team to reach urban businesses. Wow. Let's check Tello. So check this out. Tello raises $20 million. So it's accurate, obviously, because we're getting the news funding. Tello raises $20 million to build tiny electric trucks for cities. That was 2 days ago. Very, very timely, right? So we added everything. Let's check the instantly. Go to leads. Let's refresh. There we go. We added the person. So this is, let's check the personalization. Oh yeah. Hey, Abby, saw Irregular just raised 80 million to secure frontier AI model. So figured out reach out. Wow. Let's check the second one. This is route 1. This is route 2. Okay, let's check route 1. Yeah, this is the first one. Yeah, the Tello one. Awesome. So now you guys saw it's kind of like live. Let's just go ahead and build this from scratch. So I'm just going to go to overview. And then I'm going to create a new workflow. And then the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click on this plus button, add the trigger menu, because at the end, we're going to add the run every 14 days. Click on this plus button, add an HTTP, because the first step is basically querying the news API. So I'm going to go to news API. And the only thing I have to do is basically just sign up with your Google account. As you can see, just my account here. And make sure to go to documentation. And the endpoint we want is search for news for articles, which is going to be the everything. Okay. So I'm going to copy this thing right here, this URL. Make sure the method is get. There we go. And then I'm going to add query parameters. Okay. And then here, you need the query, okay? This is the query. So we're gonna put Q, and then we're gonna put this right here. So raises or raised money or funding round or investment, okay? Once I do that, I'm gonna click on this parameter, and I'm simply gonna type in from, and I'm gonna put now dot minus days 14, okay? To ISO date, and you close the brackets. You can just copy it in the blueprints, okay? After that, I'm gonna click another parameter, and I'm gonna add sort by published published at, okay? I'm going to add another parameter, which is going to be the API key. API key. And then I'm going to have to plug my API key, which is going to be, let me go back here. And then click on Get API key, which is, this is my API key, copy it and paste it here. And then I'm going to add another parameter, and we're going to add language, and it's going to be English, okay? So only English. Add another parameter, and this is like a hack you guys can use, domains. So I know a bunch of platforms like TechCrunch, Venture Capital, where they include these news. So we're gonna type in TechCrunch, VentureBeat, Crunchbase.com and BusinessWire. Okay, these are all platforms that list these news. So we want to like basically just check from these domains. Okay. So everything looks good to me now. Okay, so I can just execute. There we go. Awesome. $1 billion infrastructure. Wow. Awesome. So now let's just name this news API. Okay. Well, after this, we need to query Rapid API so we can get the LinkedIn company pages. So HTTP again. Again, we're going to go to Google Search API. This is the one. And then we're going to go to Playground. Open Playground. And then let's just, should we copy this? Yeah, let's just copy this for now. Go to Import curl. Paste this here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to, let me see. Okay, query Nike. Okay. So now here's what we're going to do. We're just going to have to put actually, yeah, we forgot something. We forgot to structure the data. So I'm going to add a code. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy and paste the code that I have, which is this one. Now I can execute. And there we go. So emergent raises 23 million from Lightspeed to let custom. Wow, that's amazing. So instead of like requerying this, let's just pin this. There we go. And now I have the code. So let's just name this structure data. Perfect. Now let's just link this here. And then now, check this out. Now we have everything optimized. So now we can put the company, see the code? Just fixes everything. LinkedIn. And now I'm going to show you the hack so you don't get rate limited, of course. You're going to go to batching. Let's go to, let me delete this. Go to batching and make sure item per batch 5 per 3,000 seconds. Check this out. We're not going to get rate limited. So we're batching 5 every 3 seconds. And there we go. Check this out. We found the company LinkedIn. There we go. So now we're going to use a code. But before, let's just name this just for, just so you guys can see each node, what it means. So this is get LinkedIn. And this one should be news funding API. So news funding API and get LinkedIn. Okay. Awesome. Let's name this extract data. Okay. So now let's just add another code here to extract the LinkedIn URL. So code. And then you can just paste the code again. I'm going to leave it in the description. There we go. So this is the company and here's LinkedIn. Awesome. So let's name this get LinkedIn. Let's name this get LinkedIn URL. Perfect. So now let's use a filter because sometimes if we don't get the LinkedIn URL, we want to make sure we know. So LinkedIn URL actually exists. And just for our sanity, LinkedIn URL is not equal to null. Perfect. So let's just execute again. The cool part is we're pinning, so we don't have to requery the API again. At the end, we're just going to unpin. Is not equal. Is not equal. Is not equal. There we go. This is why we got the discarded here. We should have it in keep. There we go. Now we don't have that issue. It is not equal to. Perfect. So now second thing, which is finding the decision maker. Again, same formula. We're going to go HTTP. As you guys can see, it's very simple. Anyone can build this. I'm going to go to HTTP. And then let's just go to this playbook that I have, which is founder name, Rapid API Hiring Manager, VPA. Use this if targeting companies hiring for sales, VP sales. Okay, I think this is the one. We're going to use this. Or we can use the founder one. Yeah, I mean, the founder, there's like multiple personas that we need to hit. Either the founder, the VP of sales, or sales manager. So let's go with the founder. I think it's way better. All right, so let's just edit this. Company name. So instead of company name, we're going to put the LinkedIn URL here. There we go. And remove this company name. Yeah. Awesome. But before we do this, I don't want to like keep copying and pasting. I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to put this here. And I'm going to just copy this. It's kind of like a little hack. Import, put this here. There we go. And then I'm just going to delete the query parameters and then I can just boom. And then put this here. There we go. It's kind of like a hack with instead of like copy and pasting the Rapid API key. Okay, so let's just execute and see. Oh, we forgot to batch. That's fine. I don't think we're going to get rate limited, probably. We're just going to do it. Oh, we didn't. Thank God. Okay. So we found the founder. There we go. Mukund GHA. Sorry if I butchered your name, man. Okay, items per batch. Like I said, 5 every 3,000 ms. Yeah. So let's just name this query decision maker. Okay, and now we're gonna have to add a filter. Reason why is because sometimes if we can't find the name, we filter out all the bullshit data that we don't want. So it's gonna be title exists, and title is not equal to null. There we go. Now if I execute, I'm not gonna get the same thing. And before, let me just pin this. There we go. Awesome. So we kept it. Perfect. So now we're gonna add an LLM model, basic LLM chain. Okay, and we're gonna say retrieve the full name from title as it might be reflected in the person's LinkedIn, which is going to be person's LinkedIn. Output the full name only with no additional text or formatting. Typically as first name, last name. That's it. Yeah. Okay. And then we're going to add Azure. I'm just going to use any AI model. You can use any AI model. Like I always say, you do not need to be married to them. And then now let's just see. Perfect. We have the full name. Perfect. Okay, now we're gonna have to try to find the email address of the person. There's multiple ways. You can use any email finder, Prospeo. You can also use Hunter. I can use my own platform, which is SSM Master. I'm really excited about this platform, guys. This is like a platform that I built specifically for people in my community. As you can see, if I log in, I can see that how many people actually are using it. So we verified 800,000 emails. Wow. Today we verified 12,000 emails, and it's like in the morning, which is a really good platform. You guys are wondering how it works. If I log in, let me just log in. So we have the ability to verify emails, find emails, whatever. For example, if I put Saad and then I put my website here, I can try to find the email, and then I'm gonna find it in my requests. So if I go to requests here, you will see. There we go. Boom. We found it. There we go. Let me know what you guys think about the UI. It's pretty cool, right? And then we have this handsome fella right here. There's an email finder, very, very similar. And then we're going to be using it since I know you guys don't have access to SSM Masters. So I want you guys to actually follow this. So let's just use an email finder. The best way is just to go to API and then go to full API documentation. And then you want to go to find a person's email. We're just going to have to copy this entire thing. Very simple. And then we're going to close these tabs and then close this tab too, close this tab too. And then we're going to go to HTTP and then import curl. Very simple. Oops, it did not get copied. There we go. Now it's going to get copied and then click on import. So now you're going to have to go to API, copy this, and then this is your API key. You want to go down and then you're just going to have to plug the full name. And then since we don't have the domain, we're just going to use company slash name. Yeah. And then we're going to have to put the company here. There we go. So let's just execute and see. Obviously, okay, we found the person's email. Okay. Awesome. So now we're going to have to add a filter. No, we're going to have to add an if. Yeah, an if. So if email exists and email status is not equal to not found. Okay, now if we execute, we're going to keep it. It's not discarded because we found the email. Perfect. Now, if it's true, we're going to add an LLM chain to essentially just generate the copy. There we go. Let's put this here. Add Azure here. It's going to be GPT-4o. And then again, so let's go back here. And now we're going to use the pretty cool endpoint that I showed you guys. And then you're going to go to find all emails at a company. And then I'm going to have to copy it. Same thing, go to import curl, paste this here, import, plug your API key again, and then we're going to put company slash name. And then here we're going to put where is the company? This is the company. And again, our API key, Control C, and then paste it here. And then let's just name these. This is going to be clean decision maker. This is going to be find email. And this is going to be hit decision maker directly. There we go. In terms of the decision maker, the prompt is going to be generate a statement similar to first name, saw company name, just raised funding for the company description. With that growth capital, you're probably scaling your department, which is a placeholder, team to reach target customers. So AI is going to read through the description, figure out their ideal customer, and output the perfect example. For example, Mike saw Tello just raised 20 million. So what we're going to do is just put the full name here. We're also going to put the company. And then we're also going to put, remember the news article? Title. There we go. We need to can determine which item to execute the no for more info. So let's just troubleshoot this. Why am I having this issue? So I'm just going to use like an n8n assistant because I don't want to think about it. I'm just going to paste my screenshot and then I'm going to say fix this issue for me. I recommend you guys just use the n8n system or n8n assistant. It's going to help you guys a ton troubleshoot quickly. So I don't want to like waste a lot of time into it. So the error occurs when a previous node returns no items or okay. So fix the all. All right. So let's just see. Oh, there we go. So I don't have to worry about it. AI just made our life way easier. So Mukund, so Emergence just raised 23 million to let consumers build apps. With that growth capital, you're probably scaling your product team to empower more creators. What is this Emergent? Oh, 18 hours ago. How emergence made vibe coding actually work. Wow. See, you guys, it's like high intent. Thank you, n8n assistant. Awesome. So now I'm going to click on this plus button, add the code. Reason why is because the next node is going to be instantly. And instantly, when you want to add like personalization or like company name, sometimes you're going to get errors with the JSON. So what we're doing is compiling everything into one JSON and send it into instantly. So again, you can just copy the code that I'm going to leave you. Put it here. And I believe that's pretty much it. Let's see. Extract data. Yeah, I believe that's pretty much it. Yeah, let's check. And there we go. First name, last name, company name, personalization. Great. Perfect. Okay, now the last step is basically adding to instantly. So I'm going to go to instantly and I'm going to have to create a campaign. Okay, so let's just create a campaign here. Let's just name this, for example, Route 1. And then I'm going to have to copy this instantly. ID, this is your campaign ID. Pay attention to this. And then you're going to go to the code that I'm going to give you. And then you want to go to campaign and simply just put it here. Awesome. Perfect. Okay, so now let's just authenticate our account by going to instantly. You want to go to integrations, API key, and creator API key. I already have it. You're just going to create API key, name it, and click create. Now, the endpoint that we want is going to be create lead. So create lead and instantly. Create lead. So we're just going to copy this, then paste it here. And then you want to go to authentication. You want to go to generic. And then it's going to be bear. And I already have my own API key. I just pasted the API key that I told you from instantly. And then you want to send the body. And then you're going to be using JSON. So the JSON is going to be JSON, just JSON. Okay, now if I execute, I'm going to get a success invalid URL. Why is this? Oh, we have an extra space here. Oh, so we got an issue. Is it the method post or get? I believe it's post. Let's see. Oh, post requests. Yeah, there's the reason why. And there we go. Awesome. So now I can go to my campaign here, Route 1. I already have my lead. Awesome. So I can basically just put the personalization. There we go. Awesome. You're probably scaling your product team to empower more creators. Great. We're going to have to filter. And it's going to be json.emails actually exists. Reason why we don't have anything here because we found the emails, but we still want to tackle all of this. And I know it's going to be JSON emails 0. Okay, next thing is going to be adding a code, which is going to be JavaScript. Same thing, I'm going to paste in the code here, which is going to be the same code. You don't have to do anything, just copy and paste. And then paste it here. Great. And then the last step, we're just going to have to copy this and then put it here. And it's going to be hit unknown persona. Perfect. Awesome. Now, the last step is basically adding everything to instantly by copying and pasting. There we go. So add to instantly, which is going to be 2. And then this is going to be add to instantly, just 1. Okay. In terms of the prompt that we're going to be using here is going to be generate a statement similar to saw company name just raised funding amounts for company description. So I figured I'd reach out. Okay, perfect. So now before we run everything, we forgot to add a new campaign. So route 2. Route 2. Let's plug the campaign ID here, which is going to be in code. There we go. And now let's just execute and everything is going to be good. So we're getting the URLs, extracting the data, as you can see. There we go. Let's see the URLs after we get them from... Oh, we forgot to add a wait module here. Hopefully we don't get rate limited. We need to wait at least like 4 seconds because we just queried it here. So we got the URLs. Awesome. So we get into decision maker. Let me check if I'm recording. Yes, I am. So yeah, we got rate limited. A reason why is because we didn't add a wait. Let me add a wait. So I'll just add 5 seconds. There we go. Now we're not going to have that issue. Let's put this here, and there we go. So we're waiting 5 seconds, and now, so it's kind of like tricking the API that, hey, wait a little bit, right? So let's see. There we go. Awesome. So now, like I told you, you're not going to get rate limited. Trying to find the emails. So there we go. We got the names. There we go. Check out the names of all the people. Then we're trying to find the emails. If we can't, then we're going to have to add everything here. So let's just see. Okay, we added the first route, but we have an issue here. Oh man, that's a silly mistake. That's a silly mistake. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So we found the emails. Awesome. So let's rerun it again. Awesome. So added everything. Success. Perfect. Awesome. Successfully. Thank you. So let's add personalization. So let's add personalization, which is going to be Lance saw image just 23 million from Lightspeed to let consumer build apps. Okay. So now in terms of the copy, we're going to say, I connect funded companies like company name with pre-vetted prospects ready to buy. Would love to have a conversation about how I can make this for you. Thanks for the time, Saad. And then subject line is going to be time to scale, right? Now, this is a great copy. Now, let's go to route 2. And in terms of the sequence, we're going to say, I connect funded companies with pre-vetted prospects ready to buy. Would love to connect with who handles BD in your expansion. Within company name. After your expansion. Okay. Would appreciate if you can point me to the right direction. Thanks for the time, Sam. As you can see, guys, like this is like a very human copy. Like a lot of people who try to do outreach, like they sound like robots, but it's just normal. Like, hey, I recently just saw that you guys got funded, and it gives this vibe of the feeling of, oops, I just found you guys are getting funded. I can help you, right? So there's like, it triples your reply rate, and this is how you can close thousands of deals, right? So if you handle this, let me know. If you're not the person who actually handles this, well, just point me into their right direction, and you're gonna notice they're gonna be like, yeah, sure, here's the right person, and they can even like loop them in the same thread, get on a call and just close them, right? So there we go, guys. You have now the system, the multi-touch automation. Now you know how to build it. I'm obviously going to leave you the blueprint so you can just get up and running as quickly as possible and make a ton of money, because I want you guys to also make a ton of money, which is the reason why I shared this system and we built it from scratch. The reason why we built this because I want you to understand the backend, the route, etc. So now the only thing you have to do is basically just get out there, take action. I believe in you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.